Alright everyone, first and foremost I have to apologise about any wind noise you might hear. We have got quite a lot of strong wind knocking about, there's nothing I can do about it, I'm sorry. But hey, without further ado, this is a very special video. A couple of days ago I was reached out to by a company called Odepro, and they're a manufacturer of very high quality flashlights and torches. They reached out to me asking if I could review one of their products. Now, it's not something I generally do. I've had a couple of requests in the past and I'm just not interested in most of the products. This of course is the big exception. Now if you know my channel, you know I'm a big fan of torches. I absolutely love them, and of course I love shooting accessories too, so you combine the two together and you get a product that I am very interested in. Now Odepro, I've had a look around and they're not the most well known out there, but what I have found has been genuinely positive. You know, they get very good reviews for the products they make, so you know, I was more than happy to request a sample and perform a non-biased review on this. Even though this was sent out to me on their behalf, I'm not going to just say it's excellent, go out and buy it. I'm going to give you an honest review, I'm going to test it, I'm going to see how I feel about it. I'm just going to give you my genuine impression. So as you can see, it comes in this very nice hard shell plastic case. It's weatherproof, very tough, and it looks quite flashy too. You get some of the basic specifications on it. So, and what I have to say is you do get a lot of stuff for your money. You know, they have gone quite overboard in terms of what you're getting, and the stuff you get is not just like tacky afterthoughts that they put in to make what to make what you're buying seem a little bit more attractive. This is actually genuinely good stuff that they've included. So you can see the box is quite flashy. You know, got nice diagrams here. You get some basic specifications on the front and the back, and this may interest some of you. So the 4 different lenses you get each have all the unique features and purposes. Most people will generally be using the white or even the infrared. I'll get onto that a bit more later. But if we want the runtime for the white lens, for example, it's 1.6 hours and the beam distance is 400 yards, which is really impressive. It is a zoomable torch, so you can extend it out and get that extra range. But yeah, you get your basic features and your specifications. If you want to pause the video, you can give them a read through. I'm not going to read them off the box. Yeah, the box is very well presented. It's very high quality. It's weatherproof, so you can take it out on the field and not worry about, you know, the components on the inside breaking. Okay, let's get this box opened up. I'm sure many of you will want to see what's inside. So this may look a little overwhelming at first. You do most certainly get a lot of stuff. Now, I have taken all this stuff out and put it back in. It will be, you know, given to you in a lot better presentation than this. This is just me trying to get everything, you know, back in the box as it was, and no, I've not really been successful in that attempt. So I'm just going to run through some of the items in this box, explain what they are and, you know, what the various features and functions are. So first and foremost, you get a nice little charger. You will notice that it does have 2 compartments for batteries. Now the torch only does take 1 battery, but you do get a spare rechargeable battery with it, and I'll go into a bit more detail about them. You have LED indicators here, so when it's charging it'll come up as red, and when it's charged completely it'll be green, so you know that you're not overcharging or undercharging your batteries. Just put that to one side. You get a 30-day free replacement product warranty, and that's, you know, pretty damn good if you ask me. A lot of companies can be a little bit finicky with shooting accessories, you know, about returning them, but it seems that these have got a pretty good warranty system going on, so if you ever have any problems, just make sure you get in touch with them and they'll sort you out. They seem very friendly from all the contact I've had with them. Now you also get 2 sets of instructions that are the same. One's in English and one's in German, I believe. Just get the English ones for you. So not only do you get a full breakdown of the instructions, how to change lenses, how to assemble it and whatnot, you also get a full set of specifications here, like on the box, but this goes into a little bit more detail about the specific lumen count. And even the weight and the diameters, and it's a very impressive little breakdown of specifications. If you want to pause the video, you know, you can do that if you wish, and if you want to scan the QR code, I guess you can as well. You also get a complete replacement set of O-rings and seals. I apologise about the wind noise, but yeah, complete replacement set of O-rings and seals. This is a weatherproof torch, it's water resistant, so you don't have to worry about, you know, it breaking or shorting out in the rain. You can take this out with you, which is very impressive. Now, one of my favourite accessories in here is this particular piece. This is a toolless mount, so you can attach the scope. You can attach the you can attach the torch onto a scope, and it requires no tools whatsoever. You just undo this little screw here, and then your torch will go in one end, and you just mount it onto the scope, and it's a solid fit. Absolutely excellent piece of kit. It's probably one of the best accessories in my opinion. You also do get a standard 20mm mount. You can either attach this onto a 20mm rail on its own, or you can fix it on top of a scope. I suppose this is a better, more permanent feature if you didn't want to take the scope on and off all the time. Sorry, the torch on and off all the time. Okay, so you may have remembered how I mentioned the batteries just before, and the battery is in a very nice little convenient case. You do get 2 of them. The torch only does take 1 battery, as I say, but you do get 1 spare, so if you need to change it in the field, you can do. It's exceptionally easy to do. And the surprising thing is, most of these companies will outsource the batteries to another company, which generally they make them very cheaply. But Odepro have actually made their own batteries, and they are very good batteries. You know, they hold the charge, they're very well built, they're not squishy, they're sturdy. And this one is 3000 mAh, 3.7 volts. Now the good thing is, all the specifications on the sheet before, they were all achieved using those batteries. A lot of companies will use much higher quality batteries to get the specifications, and then they'll put those specifications and they're not realistically something you can achieve. Odepro have actually used these batteries in particular to get those specifications, so I do have to commend them for that. Okay, you also get 3 little tubs. Now these contain your LED modules. Now when you buy this, one of them will already be in the torch, and then you get 3 tubs with the other modules in. So for example, this one's green, this one is white, and interestingly enough, this one's infrared. So if you've got like a night vision optic and you need an extra bit of illumination, you know, to accurately get a target, you stick this on and it'll give you what you need. So that's, you know, very good of them. You also actually get a remote switch here, which you can screw onto the end cap, and if you need to activate your torch, you know, like, you don't need to leave it on, you just need it on for a short burst. You can squeeze this, you know, get your illumination you need, take your shot, and then you can turn your torch off through this. You know, it's very nice for them to include that. I've actually saw a lot of torches where these are an aftermarket accessory, so it's good that it's included. And also, I should mention, the torch will come with a lanyard attached, but I took mine off because I do have mine mounted on a scope. Okay, so that was all the accessories I showed you. Now I want to actually mention the torch itself. It's made out of a very high quality aircraft grade aluminium. It's really solid in the hands, but it's not too heavy. It doesn't feel like it's weighing down your scope or your rifle. It's got the perfect balance between being very well made but also being, you know, quite lightweight. It's very easy to operate. You know, a lot of the time some of these torches can be a little bit confusing because you've got to squeeze them and twist them in all these different ways to get them to work, but you know, it's generally just easy to use. If you want to adjust the focus on your torch, you just simply twist it in as so. It's a unique feature actually, because a lot of the torches will adjust the focus or the range at the top. So for it being on the bottom here, that's quite unique. It's very easy to do. It's actually better suited if you have it mounted on a scope. You don't have to reach round to the front, you can just do it at the back on the fly, so I really like that feature. If you want to change your lens, I'll show you how to do that in a minute on my action camera. You just unscrew the top here, and if you want to change the battery, it's at the back here. So I'm going to cut to another camera now, and I will show you how you not only change a lens, but how you install a battery. And this is how you install a battery on the Odepro KL52. This is how you change the LED module on the Odepro KL52.